Hello, everybody. How you doing? Tony Rizana here for the Affiliate Party Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about two subjects. One, we're going to talk about consistency, and we're going to talk about growing an email list. Both of these segments will be pretty quick, so pay attention. This podcast probably won't be any longer than about 10-15 minutes. I say that now, but of course, as we well know, sometimes we go off into different tangents, but we'll get started. Now, first, we're going to talk about consistency. Of course, as you well know, you download this podcast. This podcast comes daily, every day. Every day for the last 2 months, been doing this podcast consistently. Some days, it's harder than others. It's been a couple times I had to, wake up extra early to record it. Some days I've had to stop, working, pull over, do the podcast. It just depends. But the main thing is every day showing up. Every day showing up. And every day the podcast is what? Growing. Of course, consistency leads to this podcast getting better, sounding better, It's the most important thing. It's not about, doing something once in a blue moon and then hoping, hope it sticks, Consistency is probably the most important thing you have to do when you want your own business, because it's not like working it's not like working a job where you just show up, you're like, hey, I'm here. Where's my check, you show up, they give you some, you show up for a few hours, they pay you. At the end of the week, you get some money, or every 2 weeks, whatever. You get some money, boom, 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 you're done, An online business, any business, really, if you don't put in the work, you don't put in the time, you will not see a dime, especially online, especially in affiliate marketing. If you don't show up, if you're not showing up, trying to grow your list, grow your email list, not doing, videos, not producing content, not doing anything, you won't make a dime, and you will just tell everybody that you're online. You have an online marketing business, but you'll be making no money, and that's the whole point of all this, is to make money. And to, if you want to make this to a full-time career, then of course, then you definitely want to be out here, being consistent and showing up on a daily basis. So, showing up every day, being consistent is definitely like the most important thing. It's more important than knowing about an email list. It's more important than, which website you want to go on, the name of this and the name of that, because if you don't show up consistently, then it's never going to work out anyway. It doesn't matter what you learn. You can learn something, and then if you don't show up and apply it, then, it's pointless. So, just be consistent every day. Just show up every day. Some days you're not going to feel like it, but just keep putting in the work. And eventually, before too long, trust me, before too long, your business will take off and everything will start working for you. So, first thing you got to do every day is just show up. Be consistent. Consistency is the key. I said it like 3 times already, but it's true. I had to learn it the hard way. Sometimes I would do a video, then I would not do a video for 3 weeks, a month, something like that. And I was very inconsistent when I first started, because, I wasn't making any headway. So I thought, F this, F that, It wasn't working. I was like, it's not working. So I wasn't consistent, but it wasn't working because I wasn't very consistent, I had to put my mind to it. And so when I started doing this podcast, I said, I'm going to be here every day. I said, I know the first 30 days is not going to be anybody listening. People are not going to, find the podcast, because I haven't marketed the podcast or anything like that. I haven't told a soul. I just started recording and started doing the podcast, and 2 months here we are, and of course it's going to keep growing because I'm going to keep showing up. I told myself I'm going to do this podcast every day for the next year straight, every episode. Now when I get to the year, when I get to the 365th episode, 64th episode, I might cut it down to once a week, twice a week, whatever, because there'll probably be longer podcasts, and there'll definitely be better quality podcasts. But for now, podcast is good. It's consistent, but it's daily, you know. So consistency, and as I said, you know, with these 360, I don't even think about the days, you know. I just every day I wake up, I go, got to do a podcast, you know. Every day, got to do a podcast. Tomorrow, got to do a podcast. Got to do a podcast, you know. Consistency. So I said the word like 50 times. I'm sure you got it by now. Consistency is the key, but it doesn't hurt to repeat. So that's it for that. After the Anchor commercial that you love, we will give it to the second segment of the show, growing an email list. Yeah, welcome back. This segment is growing your email list. Now, there's a few ways you can grow your email list. You can go to you can do a solo ad, and you can get people to sign up for your email on your email list. A couple times I went to Craigslist when I was in the affiliate program. A long time ago, I went to Craigslist, wrote an ad. People signed up for the email list. I got a few emails that way. There's a free website online where you can advertise for free, and I got a few people from that. And then of course you can do different things like, you know, make a ebook, make like a little data sheet telling people this, that, and the other, you know, about your business. And you can tell people, for this report, for a free report, send me your email and I'll send you the free report, you know. You can do things like that. You can do email list swaps. You can swap with somebody that's in a maybe different field as you, and you can promote on their list, and people might sign up for your thing that you're promoting. So that's another way you can get people on your list. Then of course you can be, if you do like if you're a guest on somebody's YouTube or a guest on somebody's podcast, and you talk, and then there'll be enough people that like you, and you just say, hey, check out this, that, and the other, you know, and offer them something, and they'll probably sign on to your email list. There's plenty of ways to skin the cat. Now, the one thing about an email list, I will say, you want people to buy, you want people to jump off your email list, but the one thing you don't want people standing there like, you don't want them in standing water, you know. You know how standing water, you get all those mosquitoes and bugs all around. You don't want people in standing water. You don't want people just staying on your email list and they're not doing anything, you know. Those are the ones that you want to get rid of, you want to kick off, you know. So that's just a quick little how to do email list. My email list is not as big as I wanted to, but we're working on that on a regular basis. I got to do more ninja hacks myself, but you know, this podcast, as the podcast grows, of course the email list will get, you know, bigger and bigger. But you know, the one thing I need to do is be consistent on the email. You know, I do a good job with the podcast and the emails. Sometimes you just sort of forget. You know, you upload them and then you'll forget, and then they run out, and then it's like, oh damn, I forgot. You know, but you know, you can do the auto. If you're like me and you kind of forget sometimes about those kind of things, you could write a bunch of emails out and then just load them up in the autoresponder, and then for like 2 or 3 weeks they'll just keep coming, so they'll be more consistent, you know. So I hope those little tips help. And then of course, you know, if you don't have time to write an ebook or anything like that, you can always go to like the PLR store, stuff like that, and you can buy, for a small price, you can buy your own. You can buy an ebook, and then you could just change the cover out and make it to your own, you know, and then you can get email addresses that way. You say, hey, I got an ebook, check out my ebook or whatever, you know. Or you can actually sell the ebook. It's up to you, you know. But hope that helps. So yeah, check out the PLRstore.com, I believe. So you can check that out if you ever need any ideas. So I hope all that helps. Like I said, this is gonna be a quick episode. Tomorrow's gonna be a 25 to 30 minute episode, so brace yourself. All right, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, consistency. Be consistent. Keep showing up and grow an email list, because you never know when the president or the next president or whoever is going to ban all these social media sites. All right, and eventually we'll be going to apps. So when you really get it going, check out apps, because you make your own app, build an app. Nobody can give you the boot from that. But app and email lists probably be the wave eventually. But anyway, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. My name is Tony Rizzano. We will talk to you tomorrow. And as always, peace.